Once upon a time, there's this retarded stepmother, no hairline, who kept on locking up her stepdaughter in the basement and making her work as a maid, even though she's white. And there was this prince that came one day with a slipper looking for the lady who was wearing the slipper. And the stepmother's feet didn't fit, and neither did the stepdaughters because they got some big old feet. And the Cinderella found out, and some lady grandmother came out of nowhere and said, you know what, I'll hook you up and I'll send you over there to the castle for the dance tonight. But you got to be back by 12 so you don't get caught. So she went to the ball and past 12 and she got caught. So she started running back in like a horse carriage and with no dress, just her raggedy old clothes. And on the way back, they ended up getting married and happily ever after, but they ended up getting divorced though. One day there were two gypsies named Hansel and Gretel. The next day they got lost in the woods. They kept on walking through the woods until they found a house made out of candy. But like some fat jits they started eating the house. Then some old lady came out and she said, come inside my house and I'll let you eat some more, fat jits. And then the old lady ended up being a witch. So she pulled out and she said, you know, I'm gonna cook you, fat jits, inside my crock pot. And then they pushed inside the crock pot, she burned alive, and then they dipped.
And queen had a baby. The only way for the baby to be born without the queen dying, they needed a flower from the old lady. The flower had powers to make anyone young again. The king saw it and stole it. The old lady became old, so when it was night, she took Rapunzel. The old lady, every day the old lady would say, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. She brushes her hair and gives her food. But one day a prince found the tower with a beautiful young lady known as Rapunzel. He thought she was beautiful, but the old lady came. The man hid in the bushes. The old lady said, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Because of that, the prince decided to visit her and did the same thing again and again until the old lady found the prince with Rapunzel. She pushed him off the tower, and he fell into a rose thorn bushes, and he became blind. Rapunzel was sent to a swamp with monsters and creatures, and her hair was also cut. Until finally the prince, starving, found Rapunzel magically. She cried onto his face, and he died from starvation. And Rapunzel died from the poisonous snakes in the swamp, and they lived no more.
Once upon a time, there was a very annoying princess with skin as white as snow, so obviously her name was Snow White. Every day she would sing her little annoying song in her little annoying voice. But one day, the evil queen got jealous of Snow White's beauty, so she ordered a huntsman to kill her. Because of that, Snow White ran through the forest until she found a house full of dwarfs. She realized she could stay at their house away from the evil queen, until finally an old lady came to the 7 dwarfs' house and offered Snow White an apple. She took the apple and fell into deep sleep. The 7 dwarfs thought she was dead, but she lived. She was just sleeping until a prince came and woke her up. They got married and quickly divorced because true love doesn't exist. The end.